So today's final session of this eight session kind of a batch, and I think some of us would continue the journey together. Just some basic points, and then we'll see what practice flows. Actually, if you carefully observe, these practices are things that we need to cover in to some extent, and also these are practices that falls in place for each group. So, for example, the Wednesday and the Sunday mirror to some 60%, but 40% is different. Which also means that whatever we are doing as practices, as inner practices, sadhana has two parts. One is the inner practice, but the true thing is it's an action. So, which means that when we are doing the sadhana, there is something that is happening. Okay, it's an action. Uh, Basically, what we're doing is we are offering our body to the highest consciousness that is possible and we're able to be in touch with. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. One is we have to look at our own levels of purity and our own levels of distinguishing, how our mind fools us, how our, life energies fool us and all of that stuff. And really stay on the path of, progress can be a zigzag way, which is one of the ways of doing it, which is normal. It happens all the time. But the more we are linked to the divine, connecting to the divine in any which way, or the connecting to the consciousness in any which way, the path can be a straight one. I don't remember the quotes, but here and there I've read Mother talking about taking the straight path, the sunlit straight path. Okay. So we can aspire for that. And I think I myself have not lived my life necessarily like that in the past. But more and more, I think there is this, that's what I'm saying. I looked at sadhana as a inner practice before, but more and more I'm realizing it's an action. It's an action. And a lot depends on our own sincerity in the whole thing. The other is I'm also realizing that we all come with a personal agenda. So, like we do these things, we want to transform, we want to heal. That's a part of it, and there is no doubt about it. But I think the aspiration, rejection, surrender also means that we become a receptacle, which actually would mean that far more than what our rigid minds can expect, we'll be blessed with in terms of progress, in terms of healing. But we got to give up our personal agenda on that, which simply means our agenda, no matter how high it is meager to what is coming. And this is also a big struggle that I've been going through, making some reasonable degree of progress at this point of time. So we can also take it as a sadhana to relax our agendas. When we come into practice, remember it's an action. Remember we're connecting the body with the highest consciousness that we can open up to. And for that, we have to invest time. For example, today we'll begin with connecting up. You can invest about 20 years of your life, connecting and seeing how there are planes and planes and planes we have read, but they have to open to us. And it's coming easy for many people at this point of time because there is a larger action that is going on. So we can remember that. And certainly one of the things that helps is distinguish the falsehood that enters into all this and stay on the path of clarity and also drop as much of personal agenda as possible. Today, we're going to do two main things or two or three main things. One is connecting above. Second is that we'll try and go at the layer beneath the sensation. We've briefly explored this. Beneath the sensation, there's a certain quietness. And then we go to the substance, but beneath that layer, so there are sensations and there is a certain quietness and you go to pure substance. But somewhere below the sensation and before the pure substance, there is a flow of, you could call it mother's consciousness or divine's consciousness or whatsoever. There's a flow occurring there. And that is rapid fast. It's like the flow of the Ganges River, which goes full speed fast. Sometimes it's so fast that it appears stationary. Okay. So we'll try and open up to that. And we end with a touch of the pure substance, if at all it opens up for any of us. Okay. So we kindly close our eyes and come to the practice by first dropping your individual agendas. The only thing that you are interested in is you want to offer yourself as an instrument. You're not here negotiating this or that. You're not negotiating that, this has to be healed or my life has to set up. All that will occur. But you come to this practice to take part in an action of how your body, how your mind, how your life energies can meet the higher consciousness. Spend a couple of minutes dropping your personal agendas. Now, to come into the practice, you got to own your own body, own your own mind, own your own emotions. 99% of the time, we are scattering our thoughts out. Our untransformed thoughts, we're throwing it out. Our emotions, we're throwing it out. Our energies, we're throwing it out. Our sexual energies, we're throwing it out. Our desires, we're throwing it out. But that way, we cannot become a receptacle. It doesn't matter that we are untransformed. It's perfectly okay. In fact, into our greatest impurities, action can come in. But we have to hold all of this. So I'll be calling out a few things. Hold it all for the next 50 minutes. Like you're taking your awareness, for example, on your entire body right now, on your aura and skin, curving around the whole aura, skin. And with that awareness, you're in facing. You're not letting anything scatter out from your body for the next 45 minutes or so. Take ownership for your flaws, take ownership for your pleasures, and you hold it so that you can offer it up. Hold the entire contents of the body, plus and minus, and gently just open it up to the higher consciousness above your head. Let the body be interested in your own psychic, your own divinity, rather than scattering around. Now come to your mind. So if you go beneath your forehead region, you come to your thought region. And 99% is just some kind of stuff that is rotating, or somebody is thinking of you, you're thinking of somebody, and every thought is a contact. Every thought is a contact. If you're thinking of someone in your thought, you're touching them. If somebody is thinking of you, they're touching you. It's like that, but we're not aware. Just observe your thoughts. Now go beneath the thought to the brain cells. You may or may not be able to see or sense the brain cells, but certainly you can locate the center of your head. And if you use your inner senses, you will feel something, or some of you will see just something that could be your brain cells. It'll have a shape, it'll have an image. Some portions will be lit, some portions will be dark. Turn the brain cells to the above the head and connect to the divine or the higher consciousness. Some of us, we may even feel the body of a higher consciousness, like you could feel the feet of the divine, not by imagination, but by an actual sight. Whatever you sensed in the above, it can be a consciousness, it could be a space, it could be a silence, it can be light, or it could be the feet of the divine. Let it touch your brain cells. Now, from the brain cells, put your attention on your eyebrow center, the center of your eyebrow, the third eye, as they say. Just watch what is there. In this region, it should actually be looking at the consciousness above, but most of the time, we look at the problem situations or images of people pop up here. There are two ways to deal with it. If you see images of people, it's a clear no-no. People's images cannot cloud our eyebrow center. It needs to be offered to the light above. So, in case you're seeing some situations in life or some people's faces there, gently reject them and push them back to those people, higher self, or back to the situation. Just send it back and let it not be occupying your eyebrow center. And then I'll be quiet for a few minutes. Open the eyebrow center to above the head, to the high consciousness or divine as it comes to you. And just be in a very receptive posture, as if you're ready to drink any light or consciousness. The trick here is to drop all effort, but just be purely receptive as a sponge. And then something will come on its own. We don't hurry at it, we're not eager at it, but we simply become humbly receptive. Turn your body receptive also. Turn your entire body receptive. You'll see something very humbly interesting, that whatever you're able to open to, that light, that consciousness, actually trickles within your body also. But for that, you have progressively need to keep bringing more receptivity into the different points of the body. The receptivity is more like the gentle opening of the flower rather than a struggling effort. Now, overall, just concentrate on your emotions, your energies, your fears, your sadness, your frustration, your happiness, your pleasures, all of these life energies that rotate inside you. That's a long sadhana by itself. But in general, just connect with them and own it. At this point, don't worry about the plus and the minus. That's not that important at this point. First, what is important is to own it and hold it inside you. Most of us throw our untransformed outside, consciously and subconsciously, causing a lot of difficulties for each other. Hold it inside. Have that discipline, have that compassion. Hold your plus and minus inside you. Practice this for a few minutes. There's no method to it. You're just holding and taking responsibility for all your currents inside you. Anger, all of that. And you place an aspiration that you don't want to throw it out into the world. Rather, you want to open it to the higher consciousness, to the divine directly, and wait till something penetrates into these. Curving your awareness within your emotions, energy, sensations, you learn the art of opening to the divine and higher consciousness alone, waiting for that consciousness to penetrate these forces directly. We just take a minute break and then we'll explore above our head. We're going to go above our head now, and I would humbly request this practice to be done every day throughout your lifetime, whenever you're free, because more and more the higher consciousness and the divine really want to meet us. See, it's like this, there are ranges of consciousness above, and only when we are able to go sufficiently high and touch some of the purer and truer consciousness, the capacity to transform will come. Otherwise, it's a illusion or a feel good feeling that we are going up, we get some space, vastness, but actually nothing will transform. Like it is written a lot in Integral Yoga also, a drop of love that you connect above, which is very high actually, will dissolve even some of the greater forces that are inside us, just a tiny drop. But we cannot even reach there because, our bodies and mind may not have that purity and capacity. So slowly, slowly we can aspire, okay? And also here is not so much about our effort. We connect to the divine, we embrace the divine, and it's almost like you can have a dialogue with the divine. You request the divine to raise you up, request the divine to show you and see where it goes. Okay, so we're going to explore above the head. Close your eyes back and take a few moments, centering on your breath. There are many practices that or efforts we can put also. We will do that. But ultimately, it is about the higher consciousness lifting us. So connect with the divine above, the Mother, the Lord, and really hug them. Selflessly love the divine above first, without any agenda. Just connect and love the divine above. Connecting to the divine above, slowly start dropping your rigidities, your mental formations about these, even your past experiences, which tell you that this is what is going to occur. These all become rigid memories. Drop it, drop all rigidities. And let your consciousness be lifted by the divine up as much as it goes free floated. And as it floats up, at some point, it'll be met by a light or a consciousness that is descending from above. Let this occur on its own. Your own consciousness and awareness, let it float up by you dropping your rigidities and the divine lifting it. And as you keep going, you'll meet a pressure, a light or a consciousness descending from above. And then if it meets from then, you will get a double slide. A double slide. What's coming from above will slide through your awareness and enter your body. But the higher will also suck your own awareness further up and further up and further up. So your awareness will double, there'll be a double slide movement. The higher will permeate through your awareness and enter your body. Your own awareness will slide through the higher and be taken to a greater height. You're not moving above, like you're not pushing your thing above like that, but you're waiting to be lifted up and lifted up and lifted up. In some way, you'll meet either the divine flow or the divine subtle body or the divine vibrations. Whatever you're being graced with above, allow that to just flow into the body from there. Slowly bring your awareness to your body, come within your body, and turn it more and more receptive, so it can receive what's coming from above. Now slowly get in touch with the sensations in the body. We have done this enough number of times. Allow all sensations to open up in the body, both the pains and the joys, both the rigidities and the fluid parts. Now, across the body, we're doing it approximately. Later on, you can do it in any specific parts that you want. Go beneath the sensations. So for that, you're traveling from the surface of the body. You have sensations. You're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you're traveling correctly, you'll get a sense that whatever sensations were there, the pain or joys or pleasures, as you go deeper, they become a little bit more quieter. Somewhere as you're going quieter, now is a subtle step. We pray it comes, and if it doesn't, we wait for it to come through other times in our practice. Wait to get a flow. It's almost like the flow of the Ganges River, which flows continuous and swift, or it's like a ripple of the earth consciousness or mother's flow. These are just words. But at an experiential level, you'll get so sensations are triggered by something. But here, they're just some fast flowing vibrations that just passes through us all the time, so much that we're not aware of it, and it appears static. So if you're very quiet, you'll get like and this is not flowing only through our bodies, it is flowing through all bodies. We just be quiet and for a couple of minutes wait, and we may be graced to just feel that large, fast current or a vibration just flowing underneath. If you get that, it by itself will have some silence. It by itself will have some light. It'll have this continuous flow, which slowly has an automatic action of aspiration, rejection, at least these two. It'll let the stuck emotions to flow. It'll let the stuck thoughts to flow. It'll let the stuck energies to flow because it vibrates continuously within the matter, within the substance of our body. So it is a combination of two things. It's a combination of apparently a silence, and it's a combination of these super fast movements. Keep going inside deeper till you come and discover the pure substance if the time is ready for us today. Now it's pure aspiration. The amount of depth that we need to go can be a small or can be a large distance. It will be almost happening in the same place. In the same place, you will be going deeper and deeper and deeper. It's a dropping in and aspiring that we have the sufficient focus and relaxed calmness and a clear aspiration. Just drop in. And if the time is right for any of us, we will touch purer substance, which has a light on its own, joy on its own. Or to put it in a simple way, somewhere in the depth, you'll find certain portions of certain points or certain portions of your cell that seem purer. No matter what problems are there on the surface, they appear purer, self-lit. It is these points that we are offering now to the higher so that our body can become a temple. We become a house of the higher, not for a personal agenda, but for the manifestation of the divine within us. For example, if a temple is being built, when it is fully built and there is a consciousness that lives there, it simply means that the consciousness has manifested itself within the temple. In the same way, these purer points, these quieter points, these self-lit points, we open to the above until the higher consciousness with its own qualities manifests itself within these spaces in our body. You just have to remain quiet. We're just selflessly loving the divine, selflessly loving the higher qualities without bringing personal agenda in, discovering these depths in our body cells, which are quite a purer self-lit, and we are offering them to the above for the higher qualities to manifest, to descend and manifest. That's why sadhana is not just an inner practice, it's an action. We quietly wait, open to the above for 5 minutes. Now, it won't be a perfect action for us because our receptivity would not be good or we're not sufficiently connecting to the higher consciousness, and that's a lifetime practice. So there'll be patchiness. Some parts will not have consciousness, some parts will be consciousness, some parts will have light, some parts still dark and stuck. Keep your awareness overall in the body and allow the different points that have light, purity, and silence to connect with each other in a random, organic way. The different lit and silent and flowing points, let them connect with each other, creating a consciousness circuit within our body. Now allow whatever is being formed inside to touch the surface parts of your body. All you do is from the depth, cast your attention to the surface points of the body so that what's being formed on our innermost in the cells can permeate to the other cells. For some of us, you will begin to experience what has been referred as substitution of vibrations, which is the flow is actually higher to lower. So which means whatever is being formed in the depth, when it flows into the surface cells, some of the cells will accept, some of the cells will fight against and resist this new consciousness that's being formed in us. And those that accept will replace the vibration from a falsehood to a purity, from an aggression to something higher. Let whatever pure and lit is being formed on the inmost connect to your anger, connect to your thoughts, connect to your sexuality, connect to your emotions. And let the inner struggle be there. Some will resist, some will receive, and that's how it is. Allowing the high consciousness to permeate within these body cells, within your vital current and your thoughts, slowly and slowly. Allow the inner battle to occur. Let's not be in a hurry, which means some things will not like the goodness forming inside us, and allow that inner struggle. Leave the paths open to the above, which means you're making a choice saying you fight as much as you want, but ultimately we're going to become receptive and open ourselves to the higher. Don't shut your eyes away from the struggle, but become an instrument of love where you can allow the struggle to actually occur inside your body with your forces, with your thoughts, so that they actually can get transformed. We are at the end of our hour. I'm going to leave you on your own. Allow the practice to complete by itself. And when you come back to normalcy and open your eyes. Retain the connection with the above. Retain the connection with the inmost pure points, which are more and more receiving the higher, and allow that to touch our thoughts, our emotions, our energies. Continue on your own till you feel the process is over for you.